Hello, folks. So, I'm going to talk about something. There needs to be a balance. To be healthy emotionally, in my opinion, there needs to be a balance between niceness and meanness. If you're like me, you've been taught that niceness is what should be always practiced and meanness should be never practiced. As I grow and learn about life as a human on planet Earth, I realize that this is untrue. There is a time for meanness, there is a time for inconsideration, and there is a time to not care about the feelings of others. Now that time is not just willy-nilly, in my opinion. It's not just willy-nilly, I'm just going to be a dick, that kind of thing. Not for pleasure, causing pain for others for fun or something. If you get a kick out of causing pain to others for fun, that's not what I'm talking about. That's awful, and that's not what I'm talking about. The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because if you don't use meanness ever, you make yourself a slave. You make yourself a slave because people will try to control you. And people will know that you're afraid to be mean. And why are you afraid to be mean? You're afraid to be mean because as a little child you were taught that all times meanness is unacceptable. So people see that you're afraid to be mean. And what do? They know that you only have one response, and they exploit that. They exploit that. So in whatever way, you can figure it out, I think. So the purpose of a balanced meanness, in my opinion, the purpose of it is to really just stand up for yourself and to proudly claim your individuality. There's a lot of forces trying to control us in this world, and sometimes you have to resist. But if you me in the past, not anymore, but in the past, I would get this fear of ostracism, this fear of making people uncomfortable, and this fear that I'm a bad person for standing up for myself, and bad for stating my opinion and being unapologetic about my views, even if somebody doesn't like it, or my thoughts, or anything that I have or want to say, or anything. Just standing up for myself 100%. That you need to be a little bit rough around the edges sometimes. Maybe you don't. This is just what I recognize helps me, because I have been a nice slave under the control of others, getting taken advantage of others and being unappreciated and discarded because my niceness was seen as weakness. So having that balance of being able to say, I don't give a fuck what you think. You don't have to be that overt, but like that sentiment, just being completely not caring when somebody doesn't like you. Not caring when somebody doesn't like you. Not caring if somebody wants to change you, or change your behavior, or change your clothes, or tell you to smile, or tell you to do this, or you can be like, I don't care what you want me to do. I really don't care what you want me to do at all. And that's appropriate, I think. Maybe what I said before is a little bit too much, but it's appropriate to be like, I don't care what you want from me. Sometimes that's appropriate, because if you don't do that, people will say, oh, but that's they will do this in more subtext type way, but they'll be like, oh, that's really not nice of you to refuse my desires. It's obviously more subtext than that, but it's like, oh, you're not doing what I want. Oh, that makes you pretty not good, doesn't it? So there is a balance, and I think to be a balanced person, you have to be able to both be very nice and very mean. Not not very, very mean, not like a psychopath or something, but you have to be able to be completely comfortable being mean when the situation calls for it. Alrighty. In my opinion, take it or leave it.